Okay, it's the moment you all been waiting for. Okay, I promise these episodes are going to get a lot much more exciting, but we got to go and handle business. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this thing. We're going to start off by going over the Constitution. All right, I wrote the Constitution and I've been developing it over the last 4 or 5 seasons, and this document is what governs this league. Okay, I can't do anything that is not expressly written in this thing. I can't make up rules and I can't change the rules without your approval. And there are no changes to the constitutions or the rules during the season. To me, officially, the season begins on March 1st, but the ability to change anything ends after we draft. Okay, so like I explained to another league member the other day, if you got a problem with the rules, now is the time to start asking around and seeing if you can get some support to change some of the things that you don't like about the league. Everybody who wants to who does a good faith effort to like actually change or improve a rule or something, they will be heard and a vote will be held. Okay, but once that draft happens, you're locked in, and I don't want to hear anything until the end of the season. All right, so let's start off at the top. Governing body. This part basically establishes how the league is run and built, right? So at the beginning of each season, March 1st, 2 fully committed managers may volunteer for the Fantasy Football Commission. This year, we have Burner and we have Matty Ice. Managers may not serve consecutive terms unless no one volunteers. The FFC has 3 members, one being the commissioner, that's myself. 2. During the season, the commissioner will be responsible for efficiently running the day-to-day operations of the Top Shot Super Dynasty leagues, collecting fines, organizing meetings, waiver account editing, etc. I don't edit the waivers, but fees, if you are ever charged a fee, you do have to pay it to my Cash App, and I will add it to the pot. All fees get added to the pot. So far, not many people have ever been fined, once or twice, but we'll get to that. All right, it's never that much because mostly we got a good group of responsible guys who handle their business and set their lineups every week. We don't fine people, but we can, and we have. Okay. The commissioner may be removed with a simple majority vote, which must include the entire league. Okay, this is my favorite rule of the whole Constitution right here. This is how you guys hold me responsible. If at any point during the season you feel like I'm doing something that's inappropriate or my management has fallen off, you guys hold an 11-person vote. Obviously, I'm going to recuse myself if you guys are trying to remove me. You guys are going to get your 11 people, your 11 other managers, and you can vote at any time. It could be week 1, it could be week 12, it could be week 17, and you can have me removed. Once you get that majority removal vote, I will step aside and I will hand over the keys, as it were, to whoever y'all decide I should hand it over to. Okay? Anytime, for any reason. Okay? You guys can call for that vote. Number 4, the FFC's purpose is to ensure fair play for all. Disputes and rule discrepancies will be discussed and settled by an FFC vote. So if there's a dispute, if there's an accusation of rule breaking, if there's a really horrible trade, the 3 FFC members who we've already mentioned this year are Burner and Matty Ice will vote. And majority rules. If those 2 guys want to go in a different direction than I want to go, then I'm going with them. All right. Yeah. All right. Part 2. Number 2. League members. There will be 12 league members in 4 divisions for the 2026 to 2027 season. I got to update that. It says 2025 to 2026. All members from the previous season have the right to retain their franchise as long as they don't owe fines, dues to the league. Right? If you owe money, then I'm coming for you. Bannings will be instituted by the FFC based on a majority vote and upheld for a minimum of 2 seasons. If you do something to the point where we have to vote to ban your ass, it's going to be upheld for 2 seasons, minimum. Probably permanently, because what's the point? Bannings will be issued as a result of franchise negligence, failure to pay league dues and fines in a timely manner, and for reasons deemed detrimental to the league through majority FFC vote. Right? I can't personally ban anybody. If someone needs to be banned and it gets to that point, the FFC, the three members are going to decide on that. If it's really egregious and let's say one of the members of the FFC needs to be banned or they did something illegal, then they will not be allowed to vote, and a vote will be held with the league to decide what happens with that person. No FFC member can vote on an issue that concerns them, right? That would be a conflict of interest. Illegal. Number 3, league setup. $150 will be due before the draft on a date set by the commissioner. We've already set the draft date for both leagues and the deadline for both leagues. If dues are not received by that date, or if an owner attempts to avoid payment, fines, and sanctions, including the loss of draft picks, may be issued by the FFC. Again, all punishments are decided by the FFC. I don't decide punishments. If somebody breaks a rule, the 3 FFC members will sit and decide what that punishment will be, and it can be anything from a warning to a banning. Okay? Where was I? Failure to pay league dues, including fines, before the deadline will result in league removal. Dues will be paid via TeamStake. You guys all have a TeamStake account. All managers must create their own account. Prize money will be issued by TeamStake. I do not hold money under my mattress. The only money that I hold are when people don't pay and they issue and they do an installment, right? Like, for example, we have a couple members of this year who didn't have all their money together, but I'm holding $50 for them. And then when they finish paying me, I am going to then take that money and put it into TeamStake. I hate doing that. I wish people will grow the fuck up and pay their shit on time. But I do hold money in that instance. And I am keeping both FSC members, Bernard, and Maddie, up to date on everything that happens with any money. Other than that, I don't hold money. Actually, that's not true. Fines. If you get a fine, like I stated before, you have to pay it to me. I will hold it. I will keep the FFC aware of all the fines, and all fines get added to the account. So those are the only 2 instances in which I hold money for people. Okay? And it's on a temporary basis, and they always get added to the pot at some point. Okay? Each team will have 22 roster spots. There are no minimum or maximum for the number of players per position. Starters, 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 2 flex, which can be a running back, wide receiver, or tight end, 5 bench spots, 1 kicker, 1 IDP player, 1 defense, 1 IR spot. That's actually been updated. I believe we have 2 IR spots now. Each team will have 5 practice squad taxi spots. Number 7, scoring will be decided by the league prior to draft day at the annual owners meeting. If you look at your calendar, you will see when the owners meeting is, okay? If you don't like the scoring system, then please mention it and let's get a vote and let's talk about it. I don't want to just hear complaints about the scoring system. You have to actually have some alternatives, okay? Each team will have 5 scoring. Okay, divisions were decided year 1. Now, this only applies to the year 4 league because we have a raffle situation in year 2 where the divisions can change. But divisions were decided in year 1. There will be 4 divisions, 12 teams, and 6 playoff teams. Fines and sanctions can only be set by the FFC. Fines will be paid directly to the commissioner and added to the pot. Okay? Number 4. This year's draft will be 5 rounds, rookies only. The order decided by last year's standings. Standard rookie draft order will be determined by the final standings of the previous season. Free agent pickups, trades, and other roster transactions will be allowed during both the rookie draft. Okay, there's no restrictions on waivers. And part 6. There will be a blind bidding system for waivers. Each owner will be given $100 of virtual money into their bank at the beginning of the season. Waiver accounts do not roll over from season to season. Waiver money also known as FAB, can be taken away in the form of fines issued by the FFC. So another power the FFC has is to issue fines, and that can be actual real cash, or you can be docked your FAB money. It just depends on the severity and whatever, the FFC decides is appropriate. Okay? But FAB can be taken away. During the regular season, each waiver period will begin Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and end on Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. During this time frame, owners will be able to bid on the waiver wire, and the winner will be awarded the player. At this time, normal free agency rules apply. 4. Once you have spent all 100 FAB in a season, you may not bid more than $0 on any more players for the remainder of that season. You may, however, pick up free agents after 3 a.m. Wednesday mornings. Players can be traded for FAB alone. Come on, we running through this. All right, let's go. Part 7, trades. Trades will be allowed during the off season if your dues are paid in full. Trading is allowed until the trade deadline of the season. Trades that involve future draft picks are only valid if the managers involved have paid in full their fines and league dues for the seasons in questions. Invalid trades will be reversed. Franchise owners may be sanctioned for illegally trading picks. You can, in this league, trade future picks. A lot of people, maybe they don't realize this, but in order to trade future picks, we need a financial commitment for that season that we're talking about. So this year, it will be half of whatever the dues is, it being $75, because the full payment would be $150. So if you want to trade your 2027 and your 2028 and your 2029 picks, have a blast, but you must submit payment for those years in question. Okay, after that you can trade whatever you want. Of course, the idea being that we want you to come back and not just fuck off your future picks and then leave us holding the bag, having to fill holes. It has happened before, and it has almost led to the destruction of this league. Ask the people who've been here for a while. That's the reason why this rule is in place. Okay? Waiver money can be traded between managers as part of a trade, but never gifted, bet, or otherwise given away. 4. Each franchise owner has the right to file a written or text message complaint to the FFC if they believe a rule has been broken. Complaining in the chat does not count. Managers are entitled to receive a timely response from the FFC, and we define that as 2 business days, okay? If you see wrongdoing, report it to the FFC. The FFC is myself, it is Matty Ice, and it is Bernard, okay? DM these guys. Get these guys text messages. Again, we don't have a lot of rule violations. I don't remember a lot of rule violations over the past 5 years. If there is a serious breaking of the rules, please report it. Complaining about it in the chat and making jokes, we don't know if that's serious or not. DM one of these guys on the FFC and tell them that an issue needs to be looked into. They will then bring it into the group chat, because we have a group chat with all 3 of us in it, and we will talk about it and we will discuss what needs to happen. Okay? If you don't make a complaint, an official complaint in the right way, shut the fuck up. Next. Number 5. Now we call this the Derrick Amendment. Okay, this rule was added in for a former member who basically destroyed his team with bad trades. Okay, this is the reason why we have a review process for allegedly bad trades. Okay, report suspected collusion or really bad league damaging trades to the FFC for review. Trades that damage the competitive viability of a team or the league itself will be reversed. The FFC does not intervene in trades unless it is asked to. All FFC decisions are final. FFC members will recuse themselves from any votes on trades they themselves are included in. Okay, if you don't report it, we're not gonna look into it. It is not. I'm not going to go around looking at everybody's trades and trying to get them reversed. This is not a backdoor veto. This is an emergency amendment to protect the league from imploding. If you see a horrible trade, then you need to report it, and we will look into it and decide if it is horrible or not. Okay? 8. Regular season. The season schedule will be generated automatically by the platform. We're using Sleeper. I don't do matchups or anything like that. If you want me to, we could look into that, but you guys are going to have to really be involved in how that would go. But for now, it is divided randomly by the platform. All franchise owners are responsible to make sure their lineups are updated before games begin. No exceptions. If an owner fails to roster a full lineup, they may be fined, lose draft picks, or receive a ban per FFC decisions. You cannot send out a team that does not have a fully loaded roster. I don't care if you got in bye week hell. You need to figure out a way. You need to make a trade. You need to anticipate bye week hell. Bye week hell happens to everyone every year. There's no excuse to not have made the necessary preparations. You will be fined. We will come after you, and I promise you, you not gonna like it when you get hit up for it. All right. Just roster a full team no matter what. Injuries, no matter what. If you got to drop somebody, whatever you got to do, make it happen. You cannot play a team without a full roster, okay? Let's see. In the event of a vacation or a family emergency, franchise owners must contact the FFC prior to kickoff to inform them of the situation. The FFC may approve and make lineup changes in the meantime if notice is given in a timely manner. The commissioner must then post notification of the manual lineup changes on the message board and or contact the opposing franchise owner via phone or email within 1 hour of the start of the first game of said week. Attempts to abuse the system will result in penalties. If something happens, life happens, just contact myself or an FFC member and I can just go in and I can move something around for you. If you're going to be somewhere where you're not going to have Wi-Fi, if there's a forest fire, if your house burned down, if you're going out of the country, you need to tell me. If I don't hear from you, I'm going to assume that you just forgot and you're going to be fined. Okay? My phone's open and you can call me anytime. Okay? Just make that call and I'll make it happen for you. Playoffs. Okay, this is part 9. The playoffs will take place during weeks 15 through 17, unless otherwise altered based on the size of the league. The bracket for the playoffs will follow a typical single elimination playoff system where the first 2 seeds have a bye. 4 out of 6 playoff spots are determined by winning your division. If you do not win your division, win-loss record will determine the final 2 playoff spots. This goes for both leagues. Playoff seedings are not debatable, okay? And this is what makes our league a little bit different, okay? We have 4 divisions. The 4 division winners will automatically go to the playoffs, okay? Ask JR, he had an 8-8 record and he went to the playoffs and he won the league, okay? You must win your division to go to the playoffs. There are 6 playoff spots. The final 2 spots will be decided by the next 2 highest record holders, okay? You can win money in this league if you have a 500 record. You can go and make a playoff run. It is not over. Do not give up on your season. You can win money by making it into the playoffs if you have a weak division. It can happen. Trust me, I know. It happened to me last year. That's how I won the league, okay? I had a shitty record, but my division was bums, okay? And I waxed them, and they let me sneak in, and the rest is history, okay? Do not give up on your season. Okay, let's see. Playoff spots are not debatable. They're not determined by me. They're determined by Sleeper. Don't talk to me about it. I don't want to hear it. If there's some kind of glitch in the system and that happens and, we need to talk about that, then maybe. But really, I'm just going to let Sleeper handle it. And I'm going to tell you, hey, that's what Sleeper decided. So leave me alone, okay? Part 10, payouts and prizes. First place, $1,200. Second place, $300. Third place is $150. Don't forget, we do have a rollover. So the full $1,800 that we collect, $150 of that always rolls over to the next season, and then the rest we allocate to the winners. Okay. This is very important. This is a new rule right here, and I really want to talk about this because it concerns two people right now in both leagues. Okay, this is the newcomer rule. All right, 2026 newcomer bonus. A newcomer is defined as any owner who does not already own a team in a TopShottaX fantasy league and agrees to take over a team. This year's newcomers may claim a prize of $50 if they improve the team they took over to a top 10 finish, or a prize of $100 if they improve it to a top 5 finish. This bonus is in addition to any other prize monies they would otherwise be entitled to. Okay, this is how we incentivize a newcomer to come in and take over a subpar team. We want them to come over and play for money. If you are an unpaid newcomer, this applies to you. Okay, you did not pay to be in the league. Instead, we are paying you to help us improve the league and make an unviable, weak team a viable team. You will win money automatically. There's only 12 teams, so just make it to the top 10 and you will win money. Make it to the top 5, you will win money. Okay, and that will be in addition. So, for example, if you are an unpaid newcomer and you get to third and you get to second place or first place or third place, you will win the $1,200 prize, the $300 prize, and the $150 prize, and the unpaid newcomer prize as well. Okay, so come in, make some trades, and work really hard to improve your team. And I actually am excited. I want to see if this works out, and I actually want you guys to win some money. Okay, so good luck with that. So that's the unpaid newcomer rule. Please remember this rule. All right, and I invented it too, by the way. So if you see anybody in fantasy world using this rule, please know that they stole it from me, because I invented that shit, and I am the progenitor of that rule right there. Let's see if it works out this year. Good luck to my 2 unpaid newcomers. That's going to be All-Star Andrew and Jay Everett. Okay, good luck. Last page. We're almost done. 22 minutes. Damn. Okay, boom. Okay. 11, league integrity. This is very important. All owners should try their best in order to be competitive every season. Tanking to receive a higher draft pick is not allowed. No tanking. All owners under suspicion of tanking must explain their actions to the FFC. If their reasons are deemed to be invalid, they are ultimately deemed to be guilty of tanking. The owner and their franchise will face sanctions by the FFC and the commissioner. 3, collusion shall be defined as agreements between two or more league owners to engage in unfair or unethical behavior that undermines the integrity of the league, including conspiring to make lopsided trades, agreeing to intentionally lose to one another, manipulating the league standings, agreeing not to bid on players in the free agent auction or waiver wire process. If you suspect collusion, report it. We'll look into it. Okay? 4. Okay? This is number 4 of the league integrity. This is my favorite rule. Talking trash, roasting, and hating is legal. Okay? Being a hater is legal. I am a certified top tier hater. Okay? I will hate on you. I will step on your trades. I will say whatever I want to say, and I encourage you to do the same. Hating is legal. Being a hater is legal. Okay? Talking trash is legal. It is allowed and even encouraged, but personal attacks and threats are not allowed. Managers will be fined and sanctioned harshly by the FFC for violating this rule. Report violations to the FFC. Guys, we're all here to have fun. Talk your shit, but let's not let it devolve into personal attacks. That has not happened in a really long time, and it didn't happen last year, but whatever. Okay? Talk your shit, but remember that there's a human on the other side, and don't make it personal. And don't take it personal. Okay? 5. If you wish to leave the league for any reason, you are required to find a paying replacement manager for your team. The manager replacing you must be approved by the FFC in order to take over. Don't abandon the league. Don't be that guy. Okay? If you've already paid and you want to leave and you want a refund, you need me to hit the refund button on TeamStake. In order for me to hit the refund button, you need to find me a replacement. If you don't find me a replacement that is suitable, that we vet to come and take over your team, I'm not giving you a refund. So you need to think long and hard about that before you drop your team and walk away from the league. So don't be a bitch. Don't be that guy. You ain't getting no money from me. You have better get a lawyer or something. It's not happening. You locked in. Find me a guy and I'll release you. I don't want you to be in the league if you don't want to be in the league, but you got to help me find a guy, okay? Otherwise, you forfeit your whatever you paid. Any manager who wants a refund may receive one if and only if they find a suitable replacement to take over their team. The commissioner takes full responsibility for ensuring that prize money is allocated to the winners in full. No matter what happens, the money is my responsibility to make sure that you guys got it. Y'all got my phone number. I'm not hiding. I never hide. You can call me, text me anytime. I use Team Stake because it's transparent at any time, and we also have majority approval. You need the whole league to come in at the end of the year and hit vote in order for people to get paid. At no point can I ever take money out without y'all knowing about it or change the rules or anything like that. And it is my responsibility to make sure everybody gets paid, okay? And I take that seriously, okay? And to this point, in 4 or 5 years, nobody who has ever played in any of my leagues nobody who has ever played in my leagues have not received money that they were otherwise entitled to. It's never happened. If you find that person, they don't exist, so you're not gonna find them, okay? I pay. I play and I pay. Okay, this is the last part right here. Amendments. There will be an annual owners meeting every off-season where amendments and rule changes may be proposed. All amendments proposed by league members must receive majority approval prior to the start of the season. Amendments proposed during the season will be reviewed at the end of the season and are not applicable to the current season. If we come up with a bright new idea after we already drafted, that's on hold until the next season. No rule changes during the season, almost no matter what, unless it's like some league breaking shit. Like some shit happens, like where they say, oh, you could have, I don't even know. You never know. The NFL changes shit all the time. So if something like that does happen, we'll look at it. But as a general rule, we do not do rule changes during the season, okay? Last one. All amendments to the league constitution will be named according to members who caused or identified the problem. If you come up with an issue and you find out a rule that's not in here, you get an amendment named after you, okay? That's it. Good luck. All right, I'm going to post this right here on YouTube. I'm going to put a link to the Constitution, this same document that I just read, in the description of this video. And at any time, you can go to the Google Drive page, look it up, and hold me accountable to anything that's written in here. All right, good luck, man. Bye-bye.